during day 2 of custody trial. The court says, all right, and I just have a question. So, mother, we're here on your petition for custody, and your proposal is that you would have primary custody and that dad would see the child on what days? Like, what's your proposed calendar for the month? And she's like, I'm not sure what, like, if custody, I know I put the 1 week on. So, what's your proposed calendar for the month? And the attorney jumps in and says, if I may, Your Honor, my client had proposed two alternatives. She wants to keep the primary with dad, seeing the child every other weekend, or alternatively, if Your Honor elected that primary was not in the child's best interest for her, the shared physical custody schedule be changed to a week on, week off schedule with exchanges on Sundays and Mondays. I'm so sorry, Mondays, thank you. The parties could have less contact, and the child would be able to spend significant periods of time with the custodial parent without as many as my client testified to, the child being in a party's custody for 48 hours, but really only being with the party from like after school until the morning. So there's allowed for more significant bonding time and significant time with the parties, but also obviously to cut down on the amount of exchanges. So this is the 1 week on, 1 week off schedule that, it's still on the table after all these, allegations. Then the judge says, okay, every other, okay, I'm just trying to clarify that. And then, so dad, I'll ask you the same when it's your turn. So she said she would ask me, but she never asked me. And she did the same exact thing on day 1 of trial. Okay, so the next thing is Claudia. A lot of the stuff that I'm asking her now, these are things from day 1 of custody trial that I just had to write down, and there was a lot of stuff, but this is just what I was able to catch. And so the next question is, Claudia, do you remember telling you on the phone, hey, this is Claudia, she is going to be a new case manager? She said no. Next question, you can set up an appointment with her at any time you would like. She says, stop lying. Nope. And then I said, you don't remember that? She says no. So then I said, so at any point in time, did I text you Claudia's name and information? She says, I don't remember getting information about Claudia. So I said, I've never texted you her name or number. No, I don't remember getting information about Claudia, because that's what you testified, and that you never received any information about this Claudia. Her answer is, I said I didn't know anything about Claudia, and I stand by that statement. I did not know anything about Claudia. And then I say, Your Honor, I would like to approach the bench with these messages from December of 2021. December 9th, as required, we're supposed to share all relevant information. I do it every time. I said, Claudia, blended case management, Children's Service Center, number. Gave her a number. That is another service for the Children's Service Center that Sadia is eligible for. I'm meeting with her January 6th, actually January 4th. So Asani, you messaged me back. You said, is it therapy? I said, I had the one on January 6th to take her to, okay, and I said no. The one in January is Hazleton, is different. This is for new services, I guess, for different things within the community, hopefully sign language class. And that's what I've been asking about. Is this a reflection of our conversation regarding Claudia? She says, I can't see it. Do you see it? That's me and you speaking, right? She says, uh-huh. So I did inform you about Claudia. I guess you did in a text message. So will you take back what you said earlier? Will you take back when you said you never heard anything about Claudia? She says, I never met Claudia or anything like that. You only presented to me about the Hazleton one. That's the only one we went to go thing. So if you put that in the middle of a text message and still not bringing it up, that she's meeting with you, and how am I supposed to remember something from all the way back then? The court, okay, wait. So I think you got your question answered.